ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here, Season 1, Episode 9. This is going to be a very special episode as it is our last for the season. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a recap of our semester, what we have done, what accomplishments we've had, and some of our upcoming events. So with this episode, we're going to be pulling in all the kids from our second hour class today, and we're going to be diving into a little bit of what we've done this year and just some of our accomplishments. So here with me, I have Hannah Butler and Abby Porterfield, and I think they're going to be talking a little bit about the livestock, so you guys want to go in depth on that?
Yeah, so one of the first events we had this year on livestock was Tulsa, and for pigs, we had Hannah Butler, Dylan Dodd, and Sutton Ray. And all of them did amazing in their classes, and Dylan Dodd made sale with his dark cross gilt. And then we had Jace Parker and Sam Parker show cattle at Tulsa, and Jace was the champion Shorthorn Plus female.
Okay. And then on a different path, but still at Tulsa, we had our leadership board for this hour that's doing the podcast. And then Aaliyah, Miss B's daughter, was in the agri-science, and she got second. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, another thing that we did was the jackpot was reset, and we had 150 head, and next year's date is the December 12th. So put that on your calendar.
Be there.
Yeah.
And then free fair, we didn't have any pigs or cattle this year, but we had goats. And Whitley Smith won her class, and then Addison Burris was reserve grand. So had some success there too. And then at the Lone Grove jackpot that Abby was talking about, we had a few kids exhibit their animals. Those are Hannah, Abby, Sutton, Jaxie, Lenny, and Aaliyah. So
A lot of success throughout this year with our livestock and many more events coming up. We have the Carter County the Carter County Show coming up, and then we have OIE coming up. So there's more success to be made throughout this year. So stay tuned in for that, and we'll give you guys a little update closer towards the end of the year. I think that's everything. So now we're going to be talking a little bit about our accomplishments throughout the fall semester, and then we'll dive into a little bit about our look ahead throughout our spring semester. So I'm here with Josie Morgan and Addison Burris. So if you guys want to talk a little bit about what we've had going on.
Yeah, so our OCC teams are 8th and 9th grade. They went to multiple jackpots, did really well, and then the 8th grade they qualified to state.
okay, and then as a chapter in whole, we applied for the National 3-Star Chapter Award in February or March, and we ended up winning that. So this year we traveled to National Convention, and me and Abby Porterfield went up to receive this award. And this basically just means that we are one of the most elite chapters in the nation, and we have so much involvement, which we're so proud of. And yeah, that's a really big accomplishment.
Very big.
And then earlier this year we went to the Carter County Free Fair, where we got second place in the plant ID and land judging. It's fun.
Boy, we had no idea what we were doing.
No,
Miss
we
B
didn't.
prepared us the best she could.
And then in November, we attended the AFR Central Area Speech Contest, where Lenny Treadwell, Skyla Zapeta, Georgia Chambers, Alyssa Williams, Avery Flanagan, Josie Morgan, and Aaliyah Bishop competed. And we had one state qualifier, and Lenny got first at the Central contest, and I think she got second at the state contest. She got fourth at the state contest. So yeah.
We have our Arbuckle speech contest, which Avery Flanagan, Alyssa, and then Lenny, they all advanced to state qualifiers.
Perfect. And then we had many ambassadors this year. We had 4 CCJLS ambassadors from Lone Grove. We had Jace Parker, Hannah Butler, me, myself, and Abby Porterfield. We are all on the ambassador team for the Carter County Junior Livestock Show. So that was a really big accomplishment for our chapter this year.
And a little bit about our look ahead for the spring semester. We have the county show coming up, which the dates are February 24th through 27th. On the 24th is move-in day, and then the 25th our sheep, goat, and pigs will show. So be there and show up for our kids. The 26th is our cattle show, and 27th is our sale night. And so for those of the people watching that don't know, The sale night is something that the kids can go to if they make the sale to get a little bit of that profit back from their animals that they've raised throughout the year. And then February 14th through 20th is National FFA Week. So we started off on the 14th with our local show. Our 15th, all the officers and members can go to church together. The 16th is our Ag Olympics. So if you know anything about our Ag Olympics, we usually have people get pulled out on stretchers. We have many events, and usually we don't win, but we're going to do our best. 17th, we have the Ring of Gold show. And then the 18th, all the officers will go to the Oklahoma Capitol, and they'll get to meet the governor and take pictures and sit through different events and stuff. And so that's always something really cool to go to. And then the 19th, our officers will serve breakfast to our teachers, and then we have our cookout, and everybody wears their jacket to school. And we have many CDEs and speeches that come up in our spring. And then, like I said, many livestock shows will come up. So lots of success to be had throughout our spring semester. So we'll see where that leads us to. So now I'm here with Liv Ditto and Avery Flanagan. And throughout our fall semester, we've had numerous events that our members have gone to and our officers have gone to. So they're going to dive into what all those events were.
So first we had the beginning of the year cookout where we got to meet all the chapter officers and our new ag teacher. And they also played games and picked out their teams for the year.
We had pretty good food as well. I think it was hamburgers and hot dogs or something like that. Something simple. And then we have our COLT conference, which is the chapter officer leadership training. And the officers just go to better themselves to become better, to be a better officer.
Then we had the OCC and Green Hand contest. We had an 8th grade team and a freshman team. Both of them made it to finals at regionals, and the 8th advanced to state. And the freshman team won first at a lot of contests, and the 8th grade team got first at Central.
Now it's National Convention, and we went to an apple orchard, which was really fun. There was like really good apple cider. It was so good. And then we got to listen to incredible speakers as well. So I really enjoyed National Convention.
Then we had the Halloween chapter meeting, and they had games, food, and everybody got to hang out. They had a mummy unwrapping game, and they were cheese balls in a cup, and you could guess how many were there.
I just want to say I won the mummy wrapping. Throw that out there.
Next is flag football. Norman FFA hosted it, and then we got together with the state officers, and it was just super fun to be around, and then getting to know other FFA chapters and also getting to know the state officers better.
Was that as competitive as last year?
No,
Okay, good.
it was not, but we still didn't win.
Then we had Labor Auction, which is a fundraiser for our chapter. There was a cafeteria full of people who were supporting our chapter, and they gave us funds for our chapter to be able to go to different events and contests and things like that.
Next was the parade for the Christmas. We had a truck covered in like Christmas lights, and then the float had like blow up pigs on it, and then it looked really cool. I think we got second, so that's pretty cool.
Then we had our Christmas chapter meeting, which there was a lot of soup there, and they did White Elephant.
It was the White Elephant was a lot of fun. There was a lot of funny gifts.
I can only imagine.
I brought a fuggler, and they did not like my fuggler.
I don't even know what the heck you're saying. But it sounds interesting.
It was a Christmas fuggler, and he kept trying to trade it, and I was really sad.
Well, I think that kind of wraps up a lot of our events. With our labor auction and all of our different, events that we've had people come to, we appreciate you guys and y'all's support and y'all's donations for our chapter. Those are super important so that we get to continue to go to these events and do numerous things like that. So thank you guys very much. That being said, I think that's kind of a wrap on our events for this year. Next, I've got Roy Schaefer and Jackson Painter with us. Talk a little bit about our podcast that we've been into. You see Mr. JP here? You look pretty laid back. You ready to do this?
Yeah, sure.
All righty. So what do you got for us?
We just have some stuff like to talk about, like behind the scenes stuff like that. We had a lot of funny moments, a lot of embarrassing moments, I'd say. But I mean, overall, it's pretty fun experience.
All right. We've had this idea for multiple years now. It's been so hard to actually do it. I mean, we've had to actually commit days to just recording, days to just coming up with ideas, who to get, questions, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So, I mean, a lot more goes behind the scenes than what one might think. So,
It took a lot of work to get here, for sure.
hell yeah.
We definitely, I mean, we were lucky enough and fortunate enough to get the grant to get all the camera equipment and microphones and stuff. And we finally got the idea to throw it all together into a room and make it work. So we've been very blessed to have the opportunity to do this. And I think we've had a fun experience with it. There's been a lot of bloopers. Many of them have been made today, but we've had a blast doing it. I think we look forward to continuing out this legacy of our podcast here at FFA and hopefully grow to be a very big podcast that people can come watch and learn from. So thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on, talking about the podcast a little bit. We appreciate you guys. I think that's a wrap on that.
Good.
So now on the set, I have McKenna Minkley and Addison Miner talking a little bit about the Future of Agriculture Conference.
So the first lady who talked, her name was Kaylin Alexander, and she talked about Ag Farm. So like the things about ag that you see on like Facebook and like Instagram and like social media, that's what she talked about, and that she makes posts for it.
The second speaker was Jennifer Hernandez. She was from 3J Farms, and she talked about how you can change what you want to do however many times you want, and how ag is a part of many things.
And then the next person was about agritourism, and it was Michaela Halverson. And she talked about like there's so many places in Oklahoma that like are ag related and that you can like go visit. Like you pick your own strawberries, tulips, and then there's like Airbnbs.
So what agritourism is basically like some of these farmers and ranchers, they're looking for another way to make profits. So what they're doing is they're basically opening up like orchards and pumpkin patches and stuff on their farms that people can come and look at. So they're producing another form of income while also giving people the experience to come out and look at their places.
And the fourth speaker was Kirby Kelly. He was there for WW Paul skills. It's about how you can put ag into your future, and he talked about his skills and how they last a very long time.
Is that all the speakers we have? All righty. Well, we appreciate you guys coming on and talking about that conference. It sounds like you guys had a good time and learned a lot. So it's awesome that y'all got to go experience that. So now I've got Madison Carter and Riley Minkley on the set talking a little bit about our Murray State Vet Tour that the kids got to go to.
So first we went into this room and we got to see a cat that they dissected. And it was pretty cool. They had little animals in jars and animal bones, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, they also have like alive animals. They had like large animals like horses and donkeys and like calves. They showed us that and like how they take care of them and like put them through surgery and stuff, which is like the whole process. They also like we went outside and like saw like how they like injected medicine into the cattle and stuff. But they talked about all of that.
Yeah, and you got to see the little calves. They were so cute.
They were so cute.
Y'all get to go to like look into any of the tools that they use and that kind of stuff for them.
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat.
They showed the x-rays
Yeah.
and stuff.
Awesome. I don't know how it felt about seeing a dissected cat. It's
Yeah,
kind of- that's
it
a
was
little
hard.
different.
It
Little
smelled
odd.
so weird in there.
Oh, I can only imagine. Well, you know, that's something that's super cool that you guys get to experience, and we're fortunate enough to have the opportunity that we're so close to Murray State. We get to go to that kind of stuff that they hold over there. So that's awesome. You guys got to go experience that. Hope that y'all get to look forward to going back to that. Maybe even become vets one day. Who knows? So we shall see. With that being said, that is just a little bit on a Murray State Vet Tour. So now I'm here with Lacey Studeman and Jackson Painter talking a little bit about our ag classroom. And I will tell you guys, we had a new teacher this year, and it has been eventful in her classroom. We have learned a lot, and we're very thankful for her. So that being said, dive on into it.
We did recently put up our Christmas tree, and all the students got to make ornaments. I felt like that was very fun.
It was.
You got to choose different shapes and hang them up on the tree afterwards.
Pretty sure mine broke, but
Yeah, my fried egg did last.
Back to the podcast, we do discuss a lot of it in class, figure out who we're going to have
on the podcast what questions we're going to ask them. Usually it takes about a day or two, depending on who's coming on or what we decide.
Our ag communications class, I'm in that one, and we created magazines these past few weeks with very specific guidelines or whatever, requirements, I guess. And yeah, that was a little bit tough. I thought I was failing because they were joking with me. Not very funny, but we attempted to make a greenhouse earlier in the year, and it didn't turn out very well. But hey, me and Colin Henderson's woodworking got the job done.
Plant sprouted, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Alrighty. In Ag 1, they ended up doing an experiment with an egg to see who would survive a drought. They did it with 4 pieces of paper, 10 straws, and about 12 inches of tape. Not quite sure the amount that actually ended up doing good in it. Not positive that it was very many. And then they're working on Harvey Pro and animal breeds, I believe.
I will say the egg drop was tough. In 5th hour, we decided to try it out, and I think we went through about 12.5 eggs.
Did yours go?
Whether they were thrown at each other or whether they were flung off of the stadium, who knows? But they broke.
We are just looking forward to upcoming CDEs next year in the spring. I mean, I'm doing horse judging, and I'm not sure what Lacey's doing, to be honest with you. What are you doing?
Lacey's not sure either.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, so we're looking forward to that in the spring. So.
Well, we've had a very, very good fall semester in the classroom. We have learned a lot and done a lot through having Miss Bird Culture there, and we sure appreciate her and all of her hard work. So, that being said, I think that's kind of a wrap up on our classroom. So now I'm back with our Flower Power team, as we call them. This is our floriculture team, and they're going to be talking a little bit about what we got going on in that CDE and some of our upcoming secrets that we've got.
Yeah, so recently we got a new teacher, Miss Burkhalter. She's been great. She started a drive, so we'll be accepting donations at any time for any floral matter. It could be wire, ribbon, doesn't matter. But she's been letting us do arrangements in class and teaching us different styles and how to do it. It's just been really fun.
Yeah, that's been really fun, and I've been happy that we've been able to actually practice that stuff, because we've been doing this floriculture CDE for a few years, and we haven't been able to before. We're also doing a floral subscription in the spring, right?
I think so, spring, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be making like arrangements and stuff to sell to people at the school or anyone who wants to buy them. Is there anything else?
Sell and deliver them, yeah.
Yeah.
At the free fair, we got 2nd place, but that's kind of like grass. We do kind of like not that. Even though we do study, we try to, but we don't know.
We don't know grass.
It's difficult.
We do not know grass.
We got 2nd though.
Somehow.
Somehow, I think there's only 2 teams. Well, we've had very much success with our floriculture team throughout the year. So I think with them getting to throughout this drive and stuff, getting to put together these floral arrangements, it's helping out a lot. So we'll see where that takes them. I think we're pretty excited to see their success throughout the year. So stay tuned in to catch up to that throughout the spring. So I think that's everything. So now we're going into a very interesting segment of this podcast, talking about some of our favorite memories of the year so far.
You can go first. Okay, my favorite, funniest memory from this year happened in class. Miss Burkhalter wanted Jackson to sweep and mop the room just because it was a little bit dirty. And he swept, and, Josie had to fix a few things because she was very angry about the way he was sweeping, which was funny in itself. But once he started mopping, instead of using the part on the mop bucket to wring it out, he originally didn't wring it out at all and just soaked the floor. But when he finally figured out he was supposed to wring it out, he wringed it out with his hands in dirty mop water.
That is absolutely disgusting.
Needless to say, the ag classroom, you don't ever know what you're going to get in there. And we're always having fun.
But my favorite memory or funny moment is at National Convention. And me and Abby were in our own room, and there's 5 girls, so me and Abby were in our room, and then Addie, Josie, and Avery were in their own room. And on the phone, like on the phones between the rooms, Addie was calling us and was telling us, like, just joking with us, pranking us, whatever. And so me and Abby went over there to their room, and Addie doesn't know what a long distance phone call is, and was calling both of our dads back home. Mind you, we're in Indianapolis, so we're states away. The next day, there's like probably 15, 20 calls. The next day, we walked downstairs to get out of the elevator, and the hotel manager was like, are you Mr. Parker? To our other ag teacher, and he was like, yeah, what happened? And Addie had put $84 of long distance phone calls on our hotel tab. So that's my funny memory. We have laughed ever since then. We have a bunch of pictures and videos of that night, but we will not forget that
made
moment.
a lot of phone calls.
Pooja made a lot of phone calls.
Wow. Wow. I've got to say, one of my favorite memories that I have seen so far this year, Jackson was kind of picking on Miss Burkhalter a little bit, and he had his water bottle in his hand, and Miss Burkhalter, he's like, look at that. And he goes up to take a drink of his water bottle, and she reaches up there and grabs it. And this boy is soaked from head to toe from that water bottle. And I think we got a kick out of that for a good week.
Yeah.
I mean,
Didn't mean to do it as much as
she didn't mean to that bad, but it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah. Jackson, you just make class interesting. Sorry that we're picking on you.
With these two, I'm kind of nervous about what they're going to say, but let's hear it.
Okay, how do you go first?
Okay, so since Hannah decided to throw me under the bus, I'm going to throw her under the bus a little bit. So, this September, we had our chapter officer retreat, and, we get to our lovely Airbnb, and we're just walking outside, and they have these, egg chairs, and it's like a little base, and then the chair is, hanging, so you can swing, and you're, kind of cradled in the chair. And it's off of, a cement little patio, and it has, a drop-off. So Hannah, we're just talking, and she thinks that it's a good idea to start swinging really, really hard in the chair. And she doesn't know about the little drop-off, and she swings way too hard back, and she falls with the chair. It's just funny. It was just funny. That's all.
Okay, so there's been lots of funny moments about JP Jackson Fanon, but recently this week, I went on Instagram. Okay, I was doing a little stalking. I went back maybe 2023. I was going through his comments at his old friends, and I was like, well, maybe if he thinks I'm friends with all his old friends, it'd be a little funny. So I'm screenshotting other profiles, and yeah. So I'm not actually friends with all of your friends, JP. I'm sorry.
That is awesome. So this one might kind of be a little tender subject still. But yesterday, I'm just kind of minding my own business, messing with everything in plain sight. And I pick up this set of keys. I'm like, man. And I start clicking them, playing with them, everything. I somehow they ended up in my pocket. I don't know how they got in there. That's a great question. But they got in my pocket somehow, and I wander off. And 2 hours go by, and I start to walk to my next class, and I get a call to the office. And I'm freaking out, thinking, oh no, I'm in trouble. I did something. And I walk in there, and they say, do you have Addie Burris's keys? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I start patting myself down, feeling around. And I'm like, no, I've got my keys. I've got my wallet. And then I reach back in my pocket, and I pull out this set of keys. And my face just went white. Plain white. Well, I walked into Ag this morning to an absolute death glare staring me down. So, yeah.
It's okay. I got my keys back, so
Yeah.
that's all that matters.
You just got stuck in the Ag classroom for a bit, so.
Okay.
You just got to spend more time with Ms. Burkholder. Yeah.
Here's the sign.
Yeah. All right. So now I've got two basically twins. They look they're all together all the time. No, I didn't forget your names this time.
What is it?
Liv Ditto and April Flanagan. See, I got this. But this, there's absolutely no telling what we're about to hear. So this one is probably going to be really interesting.
Okay, so one day, I don't know how we were on the topic, but we were talking about bed sheets. And we were talking about how often we wash our bed sheets, and Jackson said he washes his about every month or once a month. So we're all just kind of like, oh, okay.
That's nasty.
Kind of blaming him for it a little bit because that's, not too normal. Anyways, a few weeks go by, and we're talking about bed sheets again, and Jackson gets excited because he's been upgrading.
It's been doing better, he said.
It's been doing better. He said, I'm getting so much better. I've been washing them more than once a month. I wash them every 5 weeks.
I think we laughed for probably 30 minutes straight at that.
I think he forgot how many weeks are in a month, but that's okay.
There's no telling. Poor guy. That's all I can say. Poor guy.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any Jackson Painter stories.
It's all right.
But okay, at our officer retreat, we had matching moo-moos, and so that was fun. They were all grandma print and stuff. Well, one night, Josie decided that she wanted to act creepy, and so she was looking like, and she put like her hair in front of her face, and so she was looking scary. Well, she did that to me, and I screamed. And let's just say Mr. Parker was not very happy because it was 3
3 in the morning. Oh my gosh.
But you have to see the picture because it was so scary.
Well, do y'all wash y'all's bed sheets every 5 weeks or every 4 weeks?
Every Sunday.
Yep.
A little more often than 5 weeks.
Yeah. That's right. That's right, JP. You're getting better, buddy. That's all that matters. All right, now I'm here with the infamous Jackson Painter, who's been he's had a rough day today. So, and Mr. Roy Schaefer. I can only imagine what y'all are about to say. So, just keep it PG-13.
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. Well, obviously, I have been the talk of the town for the whole year. I've done some pretty infamous stuff, and I'm just a comedy act, and I'm okay with that. But one thing I can do is I learned how to sing over the summer, and I was just sitting there sweeping the floor, and I was singing "Time Marches On" by Tracy Lawrence, and I looked up and I saw everybody's face was looking at me, and I was like, oh crap, everybody heard that. And so, but everybody just told me to keep singing, so I just kept singing, and it was one time I didn't get made fun of for what I did, One time I actually just, everybody kind of was cool.
JP was singing us a tune. Time marches on. Oh yeah, getting in there. Boys, what do you got, buddy?
Well, my favorite memory is whenever I figured out Miss Burkhalter had an alternate personality, otherwise known as Louie. And how I figured out this is probably the best. It's probably a funny story here. So I just eating some soup in another room at the Christmas party, and I get called in. I say, Royce, we need you. I was like, okay, all right, I'm coming. So I just march. I just go on in there, and I follow where I'm supposed to be going, and I just see Miss Burkhalter right in front of me, who has her back towards me currently. And then, once I get within like 3 feet of her, she spins around, shoots me with a Nerf gun, and it lands right here, almost going up my nose. But I never stopped walking. I just kept on going, just walked up until I got right in front of her. And then that's whenever she just started cowering in fear. It was like, I'm sorry, Royce. I'm sorry. And then eventually she just get handled off. And the entire process of the rest of the White Santa, I kept looking at her. And then that's when she got behind me and was talking. It's like, and then that's whenever she admits that she has an evil twin sister, Louie. And I said, that's funny. I never took my eyes off of you. And well,
Hey, I believe in that. I've been attacked by Miss B. All right, water bottles and all.
maybe that was Louie.
Yeah, it probably was. You know.
I don't even know what to say to this anymore.
Oh man, this is funny.
Well, we've had some very interesting times in our chapter, as you can tell. So, that being said, that's Royce and Jackson for you. Now,
What
we're
about
back to
yours?
Riley and Miss Lacey, and I'm still kind of baffled at what's going on in here. But we've had numerous funny stories, as you can tell. You never know what you're going to walk into in the ag classroom. So let's hear these two, and hopefully you guys are still watching because there's no telling what's going on.
Honestly, I can't pinpoint one favorite memory. They're kind of just like all there, they're everywhere. It's really what brings the ag class together. Making fun of Jackson just about every day. Probably one of the best things you can do in that class because he's always got something to say. You really can't get him to cooperate for more than 5 minutes. But
He brings it on himself sometimes.
he really does, especially in sixth hour.
He does,
Hardly together.
but he keeps it interesting. That's all I can say.
Especially in sixth hour, you can't really get them one to be quiet for very long.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have a lot of moments that I liked that I could probably say, but I think one of my favorites, it wasn't funny in the moment, but it was during a floriculture contest, and everyone was upset because I don't think we did good. I don't remember the context, but Josie and McKenna it was a heated moment, and there was yelling, and it was not good words said, but it was not a good moment.
Were they almost fighting each other over
It felt like it.
I swear I remember this, and they're just screaming, and they looked like they were about to kill each other.
It only lasted for a second.
Yeah, there's no telling. But everybody's telling me to pull my hat on.
Whenever it's your turn, talk about the head shaving.
Okay, so I've got the greatest memory of all time. So we had Mr. Roy Schaefer at our labor auction, and he said if you met a certain amount of money, he was going to shave his head. Well, his dad, Mr. Ryan, goes, "I got that," and puts that set amount of money up there. Well, Royce has to shave his head, so we bring him into the ag shop there, and we set him up a little barber shop, table, and everything. Well, out comes this giant set of pig clippers that's got a blade on them like that. Well, Gus just takes it straight right down the middle. Well, that was pretty rough. So I had a camera out there. I'm recording this whole thing. I'm taking pictures of Royce's head and everything. We finally get him all shaved up. Well, then Abby Porterfield had the bright idea that we need to put some Revive on his head. So then we chased Royce around the ag classroom trying to oil up his head for a good 30 minutes. So that was another very, very interesting moment in our ag classroom. But I think with that being said, that's kind of a wrap on today's episode. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate all y'all's support this year. And throughout this season, we've had numerous guests that have came on here and taken time out of their day. So we want to thank all of our guests that have came on and talked to us and shared with us their experiences throughout the agriculture industry. So thank you guys very much, and thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for Season 2.